Hello, good afternoon. The vlogger is back, and hello to all you little vloggies. I think that's what I'll call you, my little vloggies. Last vlog was turned out quite hilarious actually. Still laugh at it now and again. So thanks for your comments. A little bit more serious I think today, just a wee bit. Suggestions suggested, funny enough, by Joe. Right, have you been watching Beauty and the Beast? The ugly face of what's it called? The ugly face of, oh, I can't remember. Yeah, the ugly face of Prejudice. Yeah, kind of hard to get my tongue around that. The ugly face of Prejudice. Beauty and the Beast. Watched a couple of these episodes. My opinion of the show. A bit bold. Channel 4 being bold as ever. They're known for being bold to do different shows. But do we really need this kind of show on TV? Does it offend anybody? Does it upset anybody? I guess it's just trying to spotlight how people in general see this kind of thing. Ever since we're about 12, 13, 14, you got all these sort of fashion mags and teen mags, and especially for the girls, how we should look and how attractive we should be. So I guess Channel 4 kind of played on this and took this a little bit further, or they've taken it from the Walt Disney movie Beauty and the Beast. And you know what happens in Walt Disney movies? They all live happily ever after. But that's not true to life, is it? No, very rarely is. So Beauty and the Beast, seen one or two of these shows. It opens up with mainly women who want to improve their looks, face reconstruction, breast implants, liposuction and all that sort of stuff, just so they are going to be more sociably acceptable. Says who? What is sociably acceptable appearance? My opinion of that will probably differ from yours, but I think it's so bad that people judge other people on their looks and on their dress and on their fashion and how they are. So a general looking person is not acceptable any more than, let's say, a model-like female. Model industry. Going to go on about the model industry in a little while. The model look, don't like it. Don't like it. They're trying to strive for perfection, and I'm kind of drifting just now. But back to Beauty and the Beast. Okay, it's interesting viewing. It shows people's opinions. What does the general public think when some quotation marks stunner walks into a nightclub with this, let's say quotation marks again, sociably unacceptable person, man, female? Who's to blame for all this? Me. I think it's media. I think it's the great red carpet treatment of Hollywood. You have got to have this certain look in Hollywood. The fashion world, modelling yet again. Yes, I will agree that, no, I will state that appearance is important to a certain extent. It's the first thing that you notice about somebody. Your opinion of somebody being attractive probably will differ from mine. We all have our tastes, but for people who have facial disfigurements, it's not their fault, is it? So why should they be pushed aside, pushed at the back of society? Why? Is it because they can't cope? They don't know how to communicate with these people, or is it because they're too damn bloody embarrassed to be seen down the street with them? That's all wrong. So it's back to the blame. It's back to the blame game again. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. No, I've not. I've not got back. No, I've not actually had a cold for about 6 weeks. Going on 7 weeks. Must be the Vitzies. So I've thought about this the last 24 hours. I work with people who have severe physical and learning disabilities, which has become more acceptable nowadays because mainly the law has changed over the last 5 to 10 years. You will see, yes, there's a lot more wheel users out and about in our cities just now. The law has changed to give these people more access, from buses to cinemas and all the rest of it. Soon all front shops will have to have acceptable entrances for wheelchairs. So if we can move on from then, whereas maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, people who have cerebral palsy, severe learning disabilities, were put away. They were hidden from society. It was unacceptable now. But now it is more acceptable. So shouldn't people who have facial disfigurements be treated the same? Oh, look at that poor soul. Oh, I wouldn't like to look like that. Very judgmental. Unfortunately, us humans can be very judgmental. Must be something in our makeup, I suppose, pardon the pun. Not trying to be funny whatsoever. Education. We all probably have to, if not need to be re-educated. But how can we go on? How can we go on from there if we're not going to change attitudes? Racism, that is illegal. People's attitude, that is now unacceptable. So should people's opinion of someone with a facial disfigurement. That should be unacceptable. Oh, I'm not going to sit beside them because they don't look right. It's back to re-education again, isn't it? That's my opinion of it, Joe. I think it is actually getting better. The show was a little bit of an eye-opener to me. Didn't really faze me out. Yeah, I suppose you got the first additional shock, and how you react and to that. I think if something, no matter what it is put into the mainstream, it is more acceptable, and that's probably a way around about it. That's what I think anyway. The more you see something that may have been classified as unacceptable, it's acceptable now, and so it should be. They keep on going on about human rights, equality and all the rest of it. Yeah, it should be like that in a perfect world, but unfortunately it's not a perfect world, is it? Fashion industry, modelling, not my cup of tea. For one, why the hell should I go and pay about £90 for a pair of trendy jeans that somebody else is wearing? I'm not going to pay 90 quid just to look like somebody else, or a top, or a t-shirt. One is taking a person's individuality away from them. Could you imagine? Well, it's like that just now. We're all dressed the same. I'll say all the ladies are wearing the same sort of tops, the same sort of coats, the same mini skirts, the same heels. And these are over 300, depends where you shop, depends what lifestyle you have. From say 300 to 10 grand for a dress. So you're going to spend 10 grand for a dress that somebody else is wearing? Oh look, we've clashed! Oh fuck, what a waste of money! 10,000 quid and higher. These magazines, look how they affect young teenage girls. Oh, I want to look like that, mum. Oh, I want to be as thin as that. So we're getting back down to figures, women's figures, size 0. The official word on size 0 is most modelling agencies do not accept a size 0 anymore. But you look at any fashion show. London Fashion Week was a couple of weeks ago. There's a lot of those models still on the catwalk with size 0 figures. Have you seen it? I think it's horrible. It's like walking skeletons with skin on. I don't find that attractive. Is it acceptable? No, it's not getting acceptable because why? It's because it's putting the person's health at risk. Then there's the little tricks that these models know, how to continually lose weight. You know, I don't think it's unattractive to see a woman like that. Don't want a label. It's like the garments, the clothes, whatever you want to call them, are just hanging on them. Personally, I like a little bit of a curve. But we won't go there. Yep, the fashion industry has got a lot to answer for. Oh, I want to look like that. I want to be like that. And then all these kids, teenage women, teenage girls, are their health seriously at risk. And it takes them years to get over this. And who's to blame for this? The bloody fashion industry, fashion TV, all those sort of outlets. It's about time that was bloody well changed, don't you think? The more diversity that's actually on this planet, and there's lots of it, the better. But we should just all mingle and merge together. That's what's wrong, because I think we're still on our little clusters of thin people, overweight people, tall people, small people. There is a lot of prejudice going on, although it's being denied. This is heavy stuff, man. I've not got anything witty today. I've not had much time to think about it, but knowing me, I will have. So I hope this addresses your suggestions, Joe. You also mentioned gypsies. Gypsies have been around for generations. Don't know much about gypsies. Is gypsy a labelling word? Yes, it probably is. Travelling people, that's still labelling. Anything that's been given a name as a label takes individuality away from them as well. I remember years ago, I used to love the thought of show folk working for the shows and going here, there and all the beaches and places like that, set up the shows and just move from one area to the next. I love the thought of that. They work damned hard, they really, really do. They choose to live where they want to live. I've met one or two. I don't have a problem with them whatsoever. We all have to live somewhere, although they do choose to live off the land, sort of thing. I understand that the government are trying to spend millions to relocate certain travellers in a certain area, and it's in the sort of between the 14,000 maybe 17,000 pounds to move them on. Is that just because they're a flaming eyesore and people are complaining about them? Yes, I've heard the stories about gypsies and all the rest of it, and how they can curse you and all that hoo-ha. They have a right to live like individual, respectable people, just like we do. But it's their choice, and I'm all for choice. We all make choices to do with our lives, our friends' lives, our families' lives, and that's how it should be. How do you imagine the life to be? Not easy, especially the fairground people. Work hard. That's all I really know about them. I think for governments to forcibly move people because they don't like the look of them, that's going into a whole different conversation altogether, isn't it? Which is totally wrong. Safety aspect, I can understand that if there's a safety aspect. I'm surprised how long I'm going on about these topics so far, because when I started doing this today, and I thought, well, I've not really got a lot prepared, which I haven't. There's not even a list down here or nothing. I'm just doing it from the head, which I do best. But gypsies, they don't offend me. Some are nice people. Not met any, so I can't really decide otherwise. The TV show on Channel 4, Beauty and the Beast, I think it's making the public more aware, and perhaps that's what Channel 4's trying to do. And that's about it, really. Aye, yep, so sorry, there's no funnies today, but I will make up for that before I go back to work. Trying to have a wee dig at life in general. What pisses us all off, what pisses me off. Every time I'm on a bus and I hear a bell, I think back to the vlog. Turn the fucker off! Until then, till the next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for the suggestions. I'll tackle anything, me. Yes, I will. I will talk about anything. So I challenge yous out there. Give me a topic and I will talk about it. I will give my opinion of it. Thanks. Speak to you soon. Bye bye. Bye, Soph.